MusukoGoji 1962 here, and the Godzilla franchise was starting to take an interesting turn in the late 60s. During this time, Godzilla had a son, and to go along with this, Godzilla's design was changed. But this design change is something many people took issue with. So let's take a look at Toho's most controversial design, MusukoGoji. With the release of Ebero of the Deep in 1966, the Daisato Goji suit was practically garbage to Toho. The suit was used in 2 films and had plenty of wear and tear to it. Even had his head taken off for another kaiju. All this led to the suit becoming a stunt suit for future films, and so a new suit was created for Son of Godzilla. The MusukoGoji suit was designed in a way to contrast with Manila's design, so much that the face was modeled to look like Manila. The face was long and narrow, eyes were human-like, and the neck was longer. MusukoGoji was made to be taller than Manila, which led to a recurring suit actor Haru Nakajima not able to return as Godzilla. Nakajima would end up playing Godzilla in the opening sequence of the film though, when Godzilla pops out of the ocean. In this scene, Nakajima wore the Daisato Goji suit. Nakajima played Godzilla in one more scene in the film and would have some struggles during filming of the scene. Said scene in question is in which Godzilla arrives at Zorugeru Island. Nakajima was quoted with him saying, "I had a crew place a movable car underwater because it was so heavy it would not move an inch. I was holding onto the car while I was standing by under the water. My back fins were barely above the surface. They tied a rope to my foot and pulled on it when the camera started to roll because I couldn't hear if they yelled action above the water. I was pulled by this heavy-duty vehicle, like a jeep. When I knew it was time to rise out of the water, I used all of my energy to spring out, but the water pressure was tremendous and the mouthpiece was about to fall out of my mouth. It was a pain in the neck." Now with Nakajima's time with Godzilla for the film out of the way, let's get into the new suit. Teizo Toshimitsu modeled MusukoGoji, and Godzilla was played by Seiji Onaka, but Onaka would have to stop playing Godzilla when he broke his fingers during the making of the film. This would lead to Hirose Sekita playing Godzilla for the rest of filming. MusukoGoji didn't go through as much wear or tear as previous suits during the making of Son of Godzilla. Unlike previous films where explosions, city destruction, water sequences, and more could destroy the suit over time, MusukoGoji didn't get that treatment. At most, the suit was covered in fake webbing and snow. Son of Godzilla was the only film in which MusukoGoji was used as the primary suit. Afterwards, MusukoGoji would be seen in Godzilla vs. Gigan for the water sequences. Aside from being in Godzilla vs. Gigan for the water sequences, MusukoGoji wouldn't be in much of anything in the franchise. MusukoGoji would make an appearance though in the video game Godzilla Defense Force. Unfortunately, MusukoGoji looks to be long gone by now, as the only surviving photos of the suit that seem to be online are pretty old, and there's no info I could find to possibly explain if any parts of the suit are still around. But let's take a look at the photos we do have. The first one shows MusukoGoji in Manila sitting in some chairs. MusukoGoji is more baggy, and the suit looks to possibly be losing color in the fingernails and toenails, though that may just be the grain in the photo. And also the jaw seems to be broken, keeping it open. And as for the other photos, these show someone in the suit, and in this photo, the tongue is sticking out, the jaw is closed, and it looks like parts of the suit have flaked off. And unfortunately, in both of these photos, we don't get a clear look at the dorsal plates at all. But in a King Kong Escapes Muck, there's more photos of the MusukoGoji suit. In these photos, you can see the actor clearly trying to make different positions in the MusukoGoji suit. And in one of those, you can see the side of the suit, which actually shows the dorsal plates this time. The dorsal plates look pretty stubby, honestly, and look very rounded and fat, as if over time they grew larger and larger, which is weird to say, but it kind of looks like that. The suit, honestly, doesn't look too bad, to be honest. Though, over time, I'm sure the suit was thrown away. But at the very least, in these photos, you can see the coloring where the toenails and the toes are back. So I'm guessing this photo was taken before the first one we looked at, where the MusukoGoji suit was sitting in the chair. And on top of that, the suit all around looks to be in better condition. MusukoGoji is controversial, with the design being one of the more despised versions of Godzilla, but I kind of find enjoyment in it. Yes, it's not perfect, but it has charm, and I commend the hardworking individuals who brought this Godzilla to life. MusukoGoji may be a lesser known Godzilla, but he was in a pretty good film, and doesn't deserve to be forgotten just because the design isn't something you don't like. I hope y'all enjoy this video, and I apologize if I mispronounce any Japanese names. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Godzilla 1962, signing off.